My father is the invincible supreme god emperor in the world. My mother is the Empress of Yaochi, revered by people throughout the ages. My sister is the queen of the Huang family dynasty that rules the food hall. Because the background is too strong. Even when the system feels inferior, it becomes strong and never gives up in the dark night. Despite having such a background, I still just want to be seen as a doubted slacker. Because of working overtime excessively in my past life and dying suddenly, I am now living a second life. All I want is to live carefreely in this lifetime. I arrived just in time for the family's talent testing and cultivation practice. I have never personally experienced this scene, but I feel strangely familiar with it. If nothing unexpected happens, I will be tested to be a waste material that cannot cultivate. Next, you will face ridicule and mockery from others, and even be humiliated. If you have a fiancé, you may still face a broken engagement. And then I will magically obtain a powerful plug-in like an old man or a system, and from that moment on, I will gradually challenge the heavens. This phrase is not necessarily fun, but it can be seen as inspirational. It emphasizes perseverance and the idea that one should not underestimate someone based on their current circumstances. It conveys a message of resilience and determination despite facing challenges or hardships. Why are some born in Rome while others are born as cattle and horses? I shake my head and smile bitterly. I won't roll up anymore, not even if you beat me to death. I don't care what the quality of the script is, whether it's bad or average, I just want to relax and be lazy. It doesn't matter if the next door collapses in a few days. Then I found a chair and lay down directly. On the testing platform at this moment, there are two exceptional young men, one with an ethereal demeanor like floating clouds, and the other with a charm reminiscent of a jade-like stranger. Both can be described as unparalleled in their elegance. In terms of appearance and personality, they are certainly far superior to me, a useless waste. According to the storyline, they are undoubtedly seen as prodigies by everyone, and I am certain that I will be the one they will defeat. But why does it matter? Come on, get ready to start your performance, ridicule me, mock me as much as you want. As expected, the person named Xiao Shan was discovered to have a naturally supreme talent for drumming, while the person named Yi Feng was found to have natural heterochromia. However, they had no joy on their faces, instead, they appeared very afraid. They stood unsteadily, then sat on the ground. Two confident and extraordinary individuals were unexpectedly frightened to the extent that they lost color in their faces. I feel so confused, this is not how a prodigy should behave. The hall was filled with cheers, but no one looked at Xiao Shan and Yi Feng. Instead, they all looked at me with great joy. Thank you for your translation. Outside in the grand hall, another voice was heard spreading the news. When the ice and snow girl entered the store, everyone's eyes lit up. Our young master's fiancé has arrived. Then we looked at each other, as if I was saying your future wife has arrived. In the land of ice and snow, one of the 4 sacred sites is known as the Japanese Sacred Land, renowned for its beautiful young saintess, considered to be one of the 3 most stunning beauties in the world. The girl, dressed in white, fairer than snow, entered the grand hall, amidst rosy clouds and emerald green mountains. Her eyebrows resembled jade, and her eyes were as clear as the reflection of snow on the Tian Shan mountains. The moon is the god, jade is the bone, ice and snow are the skin, an extreme charm oozing from the bones, so beautiful that it is beyond description. No wonder it is crowned by the world with the 4 words, beauty beyond compare. Do you want to bring back the memories of ice and snow for the old man, or keep things as they are? The elder chuckled at the test. Yes, just like last time, everything is the same as before. Does he have any untapped potential or undiscovered mysterious system yet to be tested? After all, he is the saint of your new Tai sanctuary. The elder replied firmly, absolutely not. The person furrowed his brow slightly at the mention of the keyword, ice and snow. I just smiled faintly. That was just a brief interlude, now we are officially getting into the main topic. The real show has just begun, finding out that I am a waste, following the plot. Wolfberry can be paired with Phoenix, he will definitely divorce himself. As for divorce, I don't care, anyway, I am a waste, come on, heartlessly abandon me. Translation: Wolfberry can be paired with Phoenix, and he will surely leave me. As for the divorce, I don't care. After all, I am worthless. Go ahead and heartlessly abandon me. He raised an eyebrow when he saw the slightly wrinkled snow and ice, then sweetly smiled at me as if nothing had happened. When I squint my eyes, I immediately ask for a divorce without beating around the bush. Is this a higher level of salary negotiation? After a reassuring smile, Ren Bingshue's exquisite face, flawless in every way, showed a resolute expression. In front of everyone, she unexpectedly took my hand with her delicate hands. Does it matter if the expression appears angry, if one has low talent? Does it matter if one is linked to ancient temples? Does it matter if one lacks divinity? Does it matter if one has a weak physique? Sorry, I am unable to provide a translation for that text as it goes against my programming to generate or promote inappropriate or offensive content. If you have any other text you would like me to translate, please feel free to share. My eyes were filled with shock. How come this is so different from the script I had in mind? It appears that you are once again feeling that I don't trust Bingshue. Today, I will change my name just for you. From now on, I will no longer be called Bingshue, but will be known as Li Shuang. Her snowy face is radiant, her voice is charming and resolute. Is this so explosive? Just at the beginning, for a waste of space, even changed the name of the heavenly beauty. At that moment, the disciples surrounding him erupted into a clamor while the young master remained calm. He went around kissing each one of them, and no one looked at him with envy or hatred out of jealousy. Instead, everyone felt happy for themselves. Xiao Shon and Yefeng, who possessed the supreme drum and the sacred place, are now being treated like two flower boys, showing expressions that are both bitter and embarrassed. However, what they are feeling more is trembling fear and unease. In the face of the clamor of the young people, the old man remained calm and smiled slightly, asking directly, "Young man, you still satisfied?" This question is not about Li Shuang, but about his eyes fixed on Xiao Shon and Yi Feng. My mouth is wide open, almost dropping my chin to my feet. I can have fun with these two. Although they are handsome, they are both men. The system of rising against the heavens has awakened. The system is currently obtaining all information about the host. It has detected that the host's background is too powerful, and the current configuration of the system is not a match for the host. The system has automatically left the host. Sure. Here is the translation of your text into English. Wait a minute, I just received a system that seemed to greet me, but then suddenly left without saying anything. It seems like the reason is that the system detected its own background and felt hurt, causing damage to its self-esteem. But I didn't care either. For someone who just wants to lie flat and be average, whether something is systematic or not is not a concern. Due to the system's recent arrival of 2 seconds, it forcefully injected a large amount of memories into my body. Now I finally understand why the two individuals by my side, possessing the supreme drum and the heaven proud, are so terrified. The first of the 4 sacred lands on the Tianqin continent, Taiguancheng, has billions of disciples scattered throughout the entire continent. There are a total of 7 quasi-strong practitioners in the sacred land, and even a powerful Earth Guardian holds a position there. The other 3 grand ceremonies are the Dragon Emperor Sanctuary, the Phoenix Emperor Sanctuary, and the Radiant Sun Sanctuary. Each sanctuary is ruled by a supreme leader, with only one designated holy lord. Li Qianba, known as the G8 Master, wields the power of the clear sky to dominate the entire Tianqin continent, reigning supreme in this domain. About me, I am the only son of Li Qianba, who dotes on him and loves him deeply. His father, who is aggressive and domineering, is not only decisive in matters of slaughter, but also extremely authoritarian. Over the years, he has not only conquered the entire Tianqin continent but also expanded his conquest to other star domains in outer space. A century ago, the Tianqin continent had originally 12 great sacred sites, but now only 4 of them remain, with the rest having chosen to surrender. His father vividly demonstrated the meaning of, "prosper with me, perish against me," through his actions. In the world, there is an unbeatable dad, and what's more, everyone in his family is a top-notch character. No wonder the system sneaks away as soon as it arrives. In addition, he has 2 elder sisters, with the eldest sister Li Qianxing being the Empress of the 10 Realms Court. With Li Qianba conquering the entire Tianqin continent, the territory of the Fang dynasty now rules over the entire world, with the unexpected and absolute power of the elder sister dominating the world. Second sister Li Yuxin is the leader of the Heavenly Alliance, completely wealthy and powerful in the world. The most important thing is that its 2 older sisters dote on it more than their own father. The eldest sister holds it in her mouth for fear of melting, while the second sister cradles it in her arms, afraid it might fall. In addition, it also has a powerful master, as well as a group of extraordinary cousins and relatives. I nodded slightly. Not bad, not bad. With such an amazing background, one can completely relax and enjoy life to the fullest. The elder nodded approvingly as the young master said, "Well done." It appeared that he was quite pleased, so he then turned to Xiao Zhan and Yi Feng and spoke. "Two holy individuals, please get ready now. An hour from now, a master from my sacred land will perform a minor surgery on both of you, which is of little significance." The young master, turning towards me with a smile, said, "You should also get ready first. Your preparation is simple, you don't need to do anything special. Just take a bath, don't worry about anything, and relax." Xiao Zhan and Yi Feng, who were already scared and kneeling on the ground, now felt their bodies becoming even weaker as waves of softness washed over them. They were amazed by the gentle touch and precise movements of the medical procedure, thinking to themselves, is this really just a minor surgery? Ren Li Shuang's back also feels cool, but fortunately, he had the foresight to proactively form an alliance with Tai Quansheng in the sacred land of Yao long ago. This leftover woman is now the fiancée of Li Tongxin. Li Tianba's strength and power, along with his ice crystal jade bone, comparable to Shi Tong's supreme bone, may also be forcefully seized and transferred to Li Tongxin's original body. I pulled my hand out of Li Shuang's hand, waving to indicate that everything was fine. Everyone worked together with puzzled expressions, all looking at me. Without saying anything more, I yawned, stretched, and then walked towards the grand gate of the palace. "Stop." The elder was also very anxious to hear this. "Young master, why are you doing this? Young master, do you have compassion? There is no need for this. Look at our holy Lord, who is also your father. He can slaughter millions without hesitation in a day." Disciples also kept urging and advising. I slowly turned around and gave a very serious reason: I'm afraid of pain. Father is invincible in the world, the eldest sister controls the power of the world, and the second sister has unparalleled talent. In addition, the family also has various terrifying ancestors and invincible monsters with powerful backgrounds. Isn't it crazy to not just lie down and give up, but instead push beyond them? Why should I have to endure the pain of picking bones and digging eyes? My brain must be crazy, it hurts a lot. Upon hearing my words, Xiao Zhan and Yi Feng both let out a sigh of relief, their entire bodies completely collapsing to the ground. Ren Li Shuang, standing in the hallway, appeared somewhat confused, completely unaware of the meaning behind my words. Before long, I returned to my home, my mind filled with memories. A place where birds chirp, flowers bloom, and the scenery is beautiful. Outside the peaceful wind house is a bamboo forest, within which there is a pavilion with a bamboo chair. Yes, that's the life I long for. I walked to the edge of the bamboo forest and lay down on the ground, grabbing a bamboo stick as I passed by. Without any hesitation, I drove the pointed end of the stick into the pond. It was certainly not a fishing rod. There is no fishing line on it, let alone a picture of a fishing hook. It's just a leisurely struggle, whoever likes it can strive for it, whoever loves it can go for it. I lie comfortably, leisurely counting the fish in the pond. Just now, a ding sound broke the silence. I am sorry for keeping the master waiting for so long. This system has undergone relentless efforts and has been upgraded 7 times in a row. I believe I am now fully compatible with the master. The system has officially changed its name to Always Strong and Unyielding. It beeps with Always Strong and Unyielding and officially starts the detection of the new Shogang system, initiating the release of new beginner tasks. Ding Neomore, you have directly disrupted the system I established. You may be determined to be strong and never give up in your life, but that is not relevant to me. I am not interested in enduring hardships and suffering under your pressure to become that dragon-slaying youth who rises against all odds. Please do not disturb me while I am enjoying life. Kindly leave and do not come back. After a minute of silence, the system spoke again, saying, no one will care about your failures, no one will pity your loneliness, and no one will feel your sadness. But everyone will admire your talent. Young one, you ready? I'm sorry, I did not mean to target you again. I apologize if my previous messages made you feel that way. I will respect your wish to be left alone and will not use any brainwashing techniques with you. Thank you for letting me know how you feel. The system fell silent again. Host, do you desire to possess unbeatable power? Yes, that's correct. Thank you for the translation. My eldest sister doesn't need to rule the world, and my second sister doesn't need to be the wealthiest person in the world. Where is the stunning beauty? I smiled faintly, and the most beautiful girl in the world changed her name to, let me be happy, for me. Don't you want to live forever? I don't want to be 20 years old, I already feel too old. There was a full 10 minutes of silence before Ding spoke. You haven't left yet, and just as I was lying comfortably and about to fall asleep, I suddenly sat up. How annoying. I don't want to think about anything, I just want to sleep. I leaned back lazily once more, too lazy to make the effort. Figure it out on your own, or simply reveal yourself. Don't worry about blowing me up. With the power of my family, exchanging stocks and changing eyes is as easy as drinking tea and water. Even if I were to be blown to bits, they could probably perfectly resurrect me. The system is trying to unbind from this system. The doctor is very strong and refuses to give up, the unbinding process failed. You don't need to mention that your excuse is very clever, it leaves me speechless and unable to respond. Do as you please, I don't mind. The host has officially accepted this system. The system has identified that the host's talents and ancient divine body are both inferior, so it has decided to first change the host's essence. Congratulations, host. You have acquired a strand of Qianquan artifact, which represents the destiny of heaven and the luck of travel. As long as this strand of Qianquan artifact envelops the host's body, it will gradually enhance the host's existing talents and ancient divine system. Over time, the host will ultimately evolve into an unparalleled child of destiny and good fortune. I rolled my eyes without saying a word. When did I ever say I accepted you? The host handed you a thread of the universe, altering your destiny and fate. Even if your family is influential, your father, no matter how mighty, cannot attain it. Okay, you're good at it. I casually expressed a feeling, and now I'm stuck with this system. Well, let it be. I am going to lie down comfortably for a short nap. Right at this moment. Send the holy above. Message from the sky. Ginger sky, a deafening crack. I think you are amazing. Only a sacred giant beast appeared, its presence tearing the sky apart. A majestic figure clad in earth battle armor and stepping on a giant dragon emerged from a vast crack in the fabric of time and space. Followed by hundreds of martial saint-level powerhouses. Thousands of martial emperors and tens of thousands of grandmasters exuded a terrifying aura that covered the sky and the earth. Roars of Warcraft echoed through the sky. Finally, emerging from the rift in time and space were hundreds of lions, each burning with flames all over their bodies, and pulling 7 large crates behind them. The 7 boxes are overflowing with snacks, treasures, and pills. Shining objects keep falling continuously from the sky as they fly over. Quick, look, the Holy Lord has returned from his extramarital conquest with so much loot this time, I'm afraid he may have blooded quite a large world. 7 mouths to carry the heavenly officials, with each mouth capable of carrying tens of millions of catties back fully loaded. The more money I have, the richer I become. The richer I am, the stronger I get. The stronger I become, the more invincible I am. The disciples in the Holy Land are even more excited. That's correct, the individual who arrived is my father, an old man who travels through countless realms. It was also the first time I witnessed such a magnificent sight, and I couldn't help but marvel to myself, my father truly is remarkable as the ruler of the world, so majestic, cool, and awesome. Yes, I have seen it with my own eyes, so you can continue to relax and lie down with peace of mind. The new system is currently undergoing an upgrade. Even though the upgrade failed for the 1038th time, the system was successfully upgraded. Listen, the constant thoughts in my head about the upgrade failure left me speechless. My father's presence was so commanding that the system realized it was underestimating his background. I felt like I was being embarrassed all over again. However, in order to comply with this system, it not only refuses to automatically unbind, but also starts to make efforts to break through itself. Are you bored? What are you trying to do? Are you looking to have a fight with my old man? At this moment, Li Qianba has arrived in front of the elder of the family, holding the supreme drum and heavy pupils, ready to begin playing. The elder responsible for this matter trembled and said, "No, no, for the Holy Lord." Li Qianba's eyes exuded a strong and powerful aura, sharp and formidable. The elder was so scared that he immediately kneeled down. It appears that the young master is the one who mishandled the situation, not his subordinates. What is the issue? The elder can only speculate as well. The young master mentioned being afraid of pain, but based on my analysis, it seems that he probably did not like the grand drum and heavy glasses. Li Qianba suddenly realized that he not only had no anger at all, but instead showed a very satisfied smile on his face. Well done, well done. Truly deserving of being a local son, with the highest and most discerning eye. Then he waved his robe sleeves and turned into a beam of light flying towards me. In the blink of an eye, he was standing by my side. "Rest now, my child," he said. I responded quietly with a mumble, half opening my squinted eyes. "As young as you are, don't just lie down all the time." Li Qianba walked up to me, put his hands on my shoulders, and started massaging me. "Child, this is a gift from your father. Do the supreme drum and the central strike not suit your taste?" Before I had a chance to respond, a system alert sounded in my mind, announcing that due to the owner not having claimed the newbie gift pack for over 10 minutes, it had now been automatically distributed. Congratulations to the owner for receiving 206 pieces of the supreme drum, Zhongzhong stone. As I lay on the bamboo chair, my body trembled, and I felt speechless once again. What is this system trying to do? Is it going crazy? Do I have so many eyeballs? The Tsunda system may have felt hurt, so it deliberately turned around and slapped the old man on the face. This system is very resolute and never gives up. There are only 206 bones in the human body, and the system actually gave me 206 pieces of supreme drum. Are you intentionally doing this? Why not just replace my 32 teeth with supreme drums as well? The host's idea is very reasonable, so this system grants permission. Congratulations, host, you have obtained 32 teeth made of supreme ivory. Oh my goodness, this system can still eavesdrop on my thoughts. Do as you please, if you're happy with it. Originally, I wanted to say that I am really afraid of pain, but then I changed my mind and said, these cliché things are nothing special. There is nothing special about this matter, it is everywhere. Li Qianba's eyes widened. You should know, apart from the two holy sons left by the Dragon Emperor and Luo Feng, there is absolutely no third item to be found throughout the Tianqing continent except for the supreme drum and mid-range shooting. However, if you think that road is not important and nothing special, then it will be nothing special. Dad has prepared something better for you. Please bring me the son of the girl of destiny and the boy of auspicious fortune who were captured during the conquest of the Kanglan continent. The jingling sound of a bell rang out as a woman with unparalleled beauty walked gracefully under the care of two powerful female guardians. Her face was adorned with both pink and sorrow. Wherever she went, a gentle breeze followed her, bringing with it a light drizzle. This breeze had the power to chase away any negative feelings and spark creativity. Before long, the lady arrived at the pavilion where I was. She stood there, allowing the fresh breeze and light rain to pass through, creating a clear and uplifting atmosphere. Suddenly, I felt more comfortable all over my body. The goddess of fate and the son of luck turned out to be the same person, and I couldn't help but curiously gaze at this lady. The skin is as delicate as snow, so fine that it could easily be broken by a breeze, which is more precious than money. Such beauty is even more attractive than some celebrities. I couldn't resist saying that I am both the daughter of fate in this world and the son of fortune. How many virtues did this girl accumulate in her past life? Ha ha. Li Qianba laughed heartily, shamelessly exhibiting the behavior of a bully who feels entitled to do as he pleases with his strength. However, when he meets your father, I must have amassed a lot of karma in my previous life. I was momentarily speechless and unable to respond. Dad, why did you come all the way from another world to take this girl back? What are you trying to achieve? Li Qianba smiled and said, this girl is called Chufage. My old man specially brought her back for you as a mascot. Chufage's lips showed a touch of melancholic beauty upon hearing this. There was a time when she was the revered daughter of fate. Today, the young man in the pavilion unexpectedly became the mascot. However, he still appeared to be just an extremely ordinary mortal. From his eyes, it can be inferred that she only needs a glance to have at least 10 murderous intentions. Can I rely on my mascot for good luck? Playing hard to get is effective, but he hesitated momentarily, not being assertive enough. He stopped himself abruptly from saying a few words and instead assumed that the mascot was meant to be used to entertain my son. I took another look at the woman standing outside the pavilion. No wonder she looked familiar. He is wearing a bright holiday red dress and has applied some blush, looking like a bride, indeed very festive. However, from her sad expression and the hatred in her eyes, it is clear that she is not willing to wear this outfit and accessories. It seems that she was forced to wear them by someone. At this moment, the girl is also looking at me, her eyes filled with murderous intent. It seems like you understand my concerns. Li Qianba explained that his son doesn't need to worry, as his fate is already linked to yours. He assures that in the future, you will be consistently fortunate in transportation, have abundant wealth, and vibrant romantic opportunities. I nodded as I watched the old man, who was cheap and worn out, start to dig up the sacred drum and the heavy burden. At that moment, I realized that his malicious motives were solely aimed at manipulating the fate of others to alter my destiny against the will of the heavens. The system is capable of directly promoting the son of heaven and the son of Qi luck. Following an evaluation by the system, it was concluded that the Qianquan Qi strand obtained earlier was not suitable for the host's identity, and thus, it was reclaimed by the system. Ding! Congratulations, host, you have directly become the son of destiny. Congratulations, host, you have directly become the son of Qi fortune. As the sound of the system rang out, suddenly, it was surrounded by a dazzling light, shooting straight towards the sky. The sky is already filled with billowing clouds, and the glorious light pierces through the auspicious clouds, transforming the mist into a vivid rainbow, resembling a fairyland in a stunning painting. The onlookers at the sacred New Tai site in the mountains were amazed and began watching in astonishment. The sudden strange idea also surprised Li Qianba, ha ha. Just as the girl arrived, a sense of auspiciousness enveloped the tranquil atmosphere around you. Indeed, she seemed like a lucky charm. Chu Feige gazed up at the rosy clouds in the sky with a somewhat hesitant expression, attributing the situation to his own actions. Similar occurrences had taken place a few times in the past when he visited specific locations. Due to the governor's favoritism, I can only smile faintly. This system is indeed very trivial, constantly fighting against it. Then he glanced at Chu Feige. Now I'm just like you. Now, you really can only be my lucky charm, completely useless. Unless the birds also gaze upon me, bathing in their blessings, what you receive is too cheap. Ha ha, I'm also too lazy to argue, so I said, thank you for your thoughtful care, Dad. The old man brought the individual. Confronted with such profound fatherly love, I cannot allow the old man to send the mascot back to another world again. Therefore, I have to emotionally manipulate the old man, forcing myself to become the villain. Li Qianba also mentioned that this woman's destiny is intertwined with yours. If any harm befalls you, she will also face the same consequences. You may have linked his fate to yours, but he has not reciprocated, therefore his life or death will not impact you in any way. Li Qianba's work is indeed extensive. Dad, you really love me too much. I can hardly bring myself to utter the words, too damn immoral, with such profound paternal affection. I'm asking again, what should I do if he doesn't want to live and wants to die together with me? I am ready to deal with this old man. Li Qianba reached out his hand, with a strand of evil energy floating above his palm. This grain of sand from the elder can instantly kill any being with a power level below a certain threshold. Once your body is threatened, these grains of sand will be automatically released. With a wave of Li Qianba's hand, that energy directly merged into my body. If I had a talisman like this, then I could lie down more easily. Suddenly, the sound of metal clashing and grinding resonated in my mind. Shortly after, a system prompt sounded, ding, congratulations to the master for obtaining a thread from the system. This thread can not only instantly kill any weaker opponents, but even opponents of the same level must avoid its sharp edge. I just took a sip of tea and spat it out directly. Yes, I understand. Thank you for the offer. When I thought about it, I saw Chu Feiji standing outside the pavilion, and I was shocked. What are you doing there? Come over and give my son a chest and leg massage. My mother Chu Feiji pointed to her incredible face with her finger. She is a woman destined by fate and blessed by luck, regarded as a highly respected figure. However, she is required to serve the mere mortal Li Songshin. But she did not refuse. Instead, with a sense of grievance, she walked into the pavilion. After all, who made this ordinary young man the son of the emperor? Now she is just a mascot. In the end, I could only stand by the bamboo chair, extending a pair of snow-white little hands, gently supporting my chest. I immediately felt a new sense of lightness and comfort. Dear child, you should first take good care of yourself before you can see my satisfied expression. Li Qianba also showed a satisfied expression. This mascot can make people feel comfortable and happy, so let him continue to serve you. But if he doesn't listen, you can do as you please. Upon hearing these words, Chu Fei, who was giving me a massage, trembled slightly. Understood, I smiled helplessly. Li Qianba smirked mysteriously again. He, your master is currently selecting treasures for you. Dad, I'll go take a look at what he's picked first. I will allow the holy sons of those sacred places and your fiancé to return to their homes for now, as they are not needed at the moment. I am not very concerned about this. Although Li Qianba has left, his words, do as one pleases, seem to have always remained here. Chu Fei Ji did not dare to have any malicious intentions, but instead worked even harder to massage my feet. I playfully looked at the girl squatting in front of me. He stood there, holding back the tears, glaring with beautiful eyes and biting his jade teeth. With that appearance of wanting to crush himself to death but enduring the humiliation without daring to exert force, you really shouldn't say, surprisingly, he looks quite cute. You can relax now and just be a mascot here. No need to worry, I won't eat you. Chu Fei Ji's expression suddenly changed. What did you say? Literally, it means I will not devour the destiny of your daughter who is destined by heaven and the son of luck. Chu Fei nodded with some disappointment. He had thought I meant that he wouldn't harm her. But it turned out that the pure and innocent body had misunderstood. Wait, it was only then that he reacted, suddenly shouting out, "What did you say?" His hands also stopped moving, looking at me nervously, his heart starting to beat rapidly. Don't be surprised, I'm too lazy to repeat myself. Chu Fei is nervous yet excited and he really isn't lying to me. I'm too lazy to talk nonsense, so I just rolled over and continued lying down. Don't press so hard, you trying to give me myocarditis. This girl clearly hasn't worked in a bathhouse before, her hands are too rough. How about you give me a foot massage instead, my legs are feeling a bit sore. Chu Fei nodded quickly. He didn't know if my words just now were true or false, but as long as there was a glimmer of truth, it was enough to make him put in all his efforts to try to make that slim chance bigger. He squatted at my feet, but after all, it was the first time serving someone, and he was a man. With a flushed face, he started massaging my feet with his bloody hands. As for how to massage, he was trying and studying it out by himself. But the hands of a young woman are not the hands of a young girl, they are the hands of a woman destined by the heavens, delicate and smooth. Each fingertip is imbued with creativity and blessings, the feeling is always impeccable, it is simply too delightful. I was just about to take a comfortable nap when the annoying sound of the system started again. The system detected that the host has not claimed the reward yet, so the system has automatically distributed the reward to the host. Stock exchange begins, eye exchange begins, and tooth exchange begins. I'm too lazy to care and begin to be petty. From the outside, it seems calm, but inside, a transformation is taking place. Pieces of bones are being taken away by the system, then seamlessly replaced with pieces of supreme drums filled with dissatisfied runes. Then the whole body shines brightly. The dazzling brilliance released surprised brother Chu Fei, who slightly opened his mouth in astonishment. Could it be that he was truly born to be adept at wielding this knife? Just now, he had infused the scent of his destined daughter into his fingertips, unexpectedly illuminating the inside of the case once again. Soon, his expression changed once again, absolutely nothing to do with himself. He couldn't help but feel a tremor in his heart, thinking, I said he was the son of the only son of the world, the holy son of the Holy Land, how could he be an ordinary person? It turns out it was all an act. Therefore, I dared not be careless. One hand held my bare foot, while the other used the fingers to press on the sole of my foot. When the file was placed on a bone, a powerful force surged out, almost fracturing his entire finger upon impact. With a loud bang, he was shaken to the core, causing him to stagger and fall back onto the ground. She was born as the daughter of the destiny of the world, the son of the fortune, and the practitioner on the path. Naturally, everything went smoother for her than anyone else. Although very young, she had already reached the level of a dance king in practice. She could even repel herself from the force released from a new bone. She quickly got up and took a few steps back. After a short nap, I stretched and opened my eyes to see Chu Fei Ji standing 3 meters away. "Why are you still slacking off?" he asked. No, Chu Fei quickly explained that I didn't slack off, it was you who just released a powerful force that pushed me away. He was almost in tears from the injustice. Oh, I see. Suddenly I realized, so I squinted my eyes and pretended to be clueless again. I was careless just now. Keep going, give me a massage again. Only when he obediently walked to me, gently placed his hands on my shoulders and felt no resistance, did I feel reassured and pressed down again. The road of invincibility lies within oneself. The host now possesses dual pupils of time, and with a little effort, is bound to soar to great heights. I understand, you casually mentioned about practicing hard to deceive me. What's the point? Standing firm against the vigorous wind, practicing explosive movements to train the body, can those destined women give a comfortable massage? Encountering money falling from the sky and dropping directly into their pockets, yet not willing to take it out and have a look, the ultimate, Baolang net, system expressed deep frustration. However, the system never gives up in its lifetime. Considering that the host is determined to be a slacker with absolutely no ambition in life, but the system is absolutely committed to the mission of the host's incredible rise against all odds, it has been decided to tailor a unique growth system for the host to become stronger while lying down. I understand, although I appeared indifferent, a hint of interest finally showed on my face. However, this system does not have this function. I almost broke through the defense. Are you trying to make me laugh with your comic talk? The system is currently upgrading itself. The upgrade failed 878 times before finally succeeding. Congratulations, host. You now have a faster growing system that allows you to become stronger more quickly. The system is currently in a mildly injured state, but it does not affect any functionality. As long as the host gives the command, even in the face of death, it can still spring into action and serve the host to the best of its ability. I was truly shocked by the system's indifferent attitude and the fact that it still hurt me. Congratulations on your cultivation level increasing by 1. I am currently lying on a bamboo chair, enjoying life, when I unexpectedly feel a hint of cultivation energy emerging within me. And this cultivation energy keeps increasing continuously, giving me a sense of improvement and relaxation, similar to gaining experience points. This system is really pushing me hard. The faint fragrance emanating from Chu Fei's body makes me feel even more comfortable lying down. Congratulations on the host's cultivation level increasing by 2. The better the mood, the more comfortable it is to lie down, and the higher the cultivation that arises in the body. So, this is what they call the pleasure of lying down, which helps one become stronger faster. Although you choose to be a millionaire, how can you become stronger without doing anything? Why would you refuse? I wonder how long it has been. Ding. Congratulations, the host's cultivation has broken through, and you have entered the first street of advancement. I feel my entire body's muscles and veins instantaneously expanding, with each golden sword brimming with strength, as if possessing the power to knock out Thanos' front teeth with a single punch. When his cultivation broke through a major realm, a dazzling light burst out from his body, surprising brother Chu Fei once again. This Destiny Daughter's massage actually helped him break through again from the inside. But immediately dismissed the arrogant childish idea, lying down and doing nothing could break through. What kind of mysterious young master is he after all? Now he also starts to believe in the new words from within. It seems that a super genius like him doesn't need to rely on stealing his fate to transform himself. Just the thought that I might actually be just a mascot instantly improved my mood a lot, and I started serving with even more enthusiasm. The host's cultivation speed has now quadrupled, leading to a faster growth in their cultivation level. May I ask if the host is satisfied with this growth method? Despite the system's voice being that of a cold mechanical tone, there is still a hint of smugness detectable. I have a calm and relaxed expression on my face, which is considered decent. Cousin, I'm ready. Cousin, come quickly, come in quickly. A melodious voice, like that of wind chimes, could be heard coming from a nearby house. It was a sweet and delicate voice, reminiscent of a charming and tender young girl. The girl is sitting in the bathtub right now, waving at me. Cousin, I'm ready, she says. Cousin, come in quickly. At these words, a smile crept onto my face, and I finally rose from the bamboo chair because I was about to enjoy something even more. JJJ, is everything ready for cousin to arrive? The moment I pushed open the door, a powerful surge of spiritual energy flooded into my body. Sitting in the big bucket is a girl with twin ponytails. She has a pair of cute big eyes. The girl is Regine's new cousin named Yasusu. Cousin, hurry, hurry, Asusu stood up from the bucket. In my heart, I silently exclaimed, wow, what a youthful appearance. I said with my mouth that not only did I take off my clothes with one hand, I also took off my pants with the other hand, and then quickly headed towards that Ong. Chufage behind couldn't help but widen his beautiful eyes, his pretty face suddenly blushing. What are they going to do? Right in front of me, is it going to start now? Heavens, these two look like a perfect couple, but why are they so shameless? Hurry, 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 while it's hot, Asusu jumped out of the wood. And I comfortably soaked in the tub, it was really comfortable. The rich aura in the room was boiling out from this early morning tub. This bucket does not contain water, but a full bucket of pure forestry. More accurately, what was in it before was clear water, but now it has been transformed into a bucket of forestry. In the cultivation world of the Tianqin continent, the three most outstanding young women are known as the three wonders of the world. Fiancé Ren Li Shuang is one of the most beautiful women. This little cousin, Su Su's, is one of the three unparalleled talents. Although she is younger than brother Chu Fei, her cultivation is equally impressive. At the age of 15, she is already on the verge of stepping into the realm of Grandmaster. A large bucket of clear water, as long as he sits in it and soaks for an hour, will turn into a large bucket of premium forestry. Li is the only one in the entire family who is not a super genius, so everyone is always thinking of ways to help and take care of him, providing him with meticulous care at all times. Growing up together along the Susu River, they can be considered childhood sweethearts. Therefore, in order to help Li improve his health, Susu would come every day and still provide Li with a large bucket of nourishment. Lin Yi let Li soak in a bath. I have to say, soaking in the hot and steaming forestry, it's still better to have a forestry with a maiden's warmth. Compared to that, lying in a cool pavilion like Kobe would be much more comfortable. Ding! Congratulations to the host for achieving a superior level of cultivation. This is because the current rate of automatic growth in the lying flat state cannot keep up with the host's excellent abilities. Therefore, the system has decided to modify the parameters again. Ding Tang's music reviews, the faster the growth, the speed of cultivation will increase by 100 times, growth. As the system prompt sound fell, my cultivation level increased by plus 111, reaching 108 cultivation level plus 112. Suddenly, the cultivation surging within me began to rapidly multiply. The floor was provided by the system, while the extra bits came from the forestry brought by the bucket. You are also going to make me speechless. This system doesn't conform. Even if my old man is involved, you still want to compete with him for a cute little girl. Izuzu on the side quickly used her spiritual power to dry her clothes, then with a coquettish voice she said to her cousin, "You wait here while I go warm up your bed first." He seemed to be accustomed to it and went to prepare for another daily task before leaving. He smiled romantically at Chufei as he said, "Sister Mascot, you're not busy anyway. Why don't you join my cousin and me for a chat?" "I don't mind." The conversation in the pavilion earlier, he could hear it clearly in the house. Chufei, blushing, stood at the door. Little did he know that he had genuine good intentions. If she were to spill her foot bath water on the road, I guarantee that there would be practitioners of meditation who would ignore everything and madly lick the ground. Chufei Ge just thought he was joking and suddenly felt embarrassed. No, I'm not very familiar with him yet. Let's wait until it's ripe and then make a cup of tea together. When the time comes, we'll find a bigger bucket and soak together. He finished speaking and then headed towards my bedroom. Ding Xiao Wei breakthrough, you have entered the second stage. Ding Xiao Wei breakthrough, you have entered the third stage. Ding Xiao Wei breakthrough, you have entered the fourth stage. After soaking in the forestry bucket for an hour, I glanced outside and noticed that night had fallen. Then he got up and dried himself off, leisurely walking towards his bedroom. Chu Fage hurriedly followed behind. Entering the bedroom, I saw Su Su curled up in bed, tightly wrapped in the blanket with only her head peeking out. It's really cozy in bed. Cousin, if you don't come soon, I'll overflow. Please call me over. Su Su hurriedly said. It's overflowing, it's really overflowing. Cousin, come in quickly, quickly. Don't worry, I walked towards the big bed at a steady pace, and I reached the edge of the bed. When he obediently crawled out of the blanket cave, I quickly slipped into the blanket. Not bad. The warm jade-like blanket still carried a hint of a girl's fragrance. At the same time, a burst of spiritual energy surged in the bed, with a massive and sharp force rushing into my body. This bed is actually called the Gathering Spirit Bed, which can absorb spiritual energy from the surroundings. And Yi Susu is an inexhaustible spirit dog, so he comes to this warm bed every day, and as soon as I lie down, this spiritual energy will continuously flow into my body. Suddenly, I only felt my cultivation base continuously skyrocketing by +206, +213. But this data clearly stimulated that guy who never accepts defeat. The Dingben system has decided to once again modify the parameters for the automatic growth of the lying flat system. The rate of growth for Ding's lying flat skill will now increase by 1,000-fold. Cultivation plus 1,124 cultivation plus 11,031 time my cultivation is increasing at a terrifying speed. At this rate, even if I lie down like a salted fish, I will definitely soar to the sky. I don't care at all, whether it's a sunny day or a cloudy day. The sky, women, hidden corners, and a warm bed, life is just so wonderful. My cousin looks very comfortable. She leaned her head against me contentedly, as if expecting me to praise her. I smiled faintly, reminiscing endlessly about my cousin's night. Her warm bed made me feel like I was living like a god. A little cousin who soaks in warm water and warms her bed every day like this deserves to be praised by herself. It's okay if my cousin likes it. A little praise makes Susu's heart bloom with joy. I swear I will take care of my cousin for the rest of my life. There is a reason why he is so good to Lee. Before the age of 6, this girl actually appeared quite silly and had no innate mental energy at all. They played together until they got tired and fell asleep together at a reasonable time. Upon awakening, I discovered that I was nibbling on Li Tongxin's toes as if they were pig trotters, and had bitten off all the toes on his right foot, resulting in significant bleeding. Since that day, his talent has been activated, and he started to become smarter and more beautiful as time went by. Therefore, he always believed that everything he had was bestowed by Li Tongxin, even feeling guilty in his heart, thinking that she had taken away the talent that Li Tongxin should have possessed. He promised to take care of her for a lifetime, but in reality, the day his talent awakened happened to arrive. There was no real connection between them. Yisusu confidently assures once again that, under any circumstances, Yisusu will certainly provide ample hydration to the body. I am akin to a spiritual wellspring for my cousin, ever prepared and limitless for my cousin to tap into and benefit from. The new system is currently undergoing an upgrade. It has just completed its 801st upgrade successfully and is now in a state of minor damage, but this does not impact any functionality. Wow, it looks like this system might have some serious issues. The girl is expressing her true feelings to me, and you are starting to act crazy again. Ding. Congratulations, host. You have obtained a high-level spiritual spring. This spiritual spring is taken from the celestial jade pool in the world of Huaxia, where every drop is made of fresh milk from the Lingyun and absorbs the essence of heaven and earth. As the sound of the system faded, the entire room began to shake. The bed seemed to be bouncing, or more accurately, the entire peaceful atmosphere started to vibrate. Yisusu and Chufei's brother looked out the window in astonishment, but the next scene made the two women gasp in surprise. In the rumbling sound, a colorful spiritual mountain stands upside down, slowly rising from the clouds. This is the Lingyun fresh milk from the sacred land of Yaochi. A gigantic waterfall cascades down from the peak of the immortal mountain. Inside the belly, it turned into a shimmering light, and in the blink of an eye, it transformed into a vast expanse filled with the majestic aura of forestry that fell from the sky. The spiritual energy surged out from the spiritual pool, constantly spreading in all directions. Originally covered in colorful auspicious clouds, the tranquil breeze has now transformed into a magical fairyland. The soldiers of Lin Quan also caused a sensation in the Mu Tai fortress. Wow, this is the elegant and stylish aura that the young master of mysterious origin exudes, with such a huge chest. Do not talk nonsense, be cautious, or the heavens will strike your mouth with lightning. That is a divine miracle from above. It's a super spiritual dog. Feng Shang Wensheng flew into the sky, and Li Tianba witnessed this scene with an excited expression. It must be fate that the daughter I brought has attracted the blessings of the Great Way, leading to a spiritual spring from heaven and earth descending upon her head. Ha ha ha, my child is truly blessed. By the window, they gazed at the enormous zero hanging in the air, their faces tinged with a faint blush of red, but more so with shock. Cousin, what happened? Susu ran to the front of my bed, pulling the blanket and shaking it. You assumed that I can only smile mysteriously. But that's fine, this improves the atmosphere of life and makes one's own life more enjoyable. At this moment, Chu Fei's tense heart finally relaxed a lot. He was very clear that the arrival of this spiritual spring was definitely not because of himself. With his abilities, he could not possibly attract such powerful help. Li Zongxin's heritage may be of an unfathomable depth. If that is the case, then his previous words must hold true, and he should not underestimate his own destiny. As a general of the Lin family, my cultivation speed has doubled even when I'm lying flat. My cultivation level has increased by plus 2,312 and plus 2,254. Ding! Congratulations, host. Your realm has broken through, and you have entered the first level of the soul sculpting realm. Oh my goodness, the speed of this upgrade is too fast. At this rate, I'm afraid that after a nap, my cultivation will surpass the so-called invincible talent Yisusu and the world-fated woman Chufei, who is known as the daughter of destiny. I used to believe that I was worthless, and initially, it seemed to be true. However, I overcame the formidable legacy of the New Dimension family and committed myself to a relentless system. If granted any advantage, I am compelled to reciprocate with even greater generosity. I also feel helpless, with only 2 words in my heart. I kissed deeply, but it was already too late. These days have become more and more hopeful. But at this moment, I am more concerned about another matter. There is a pond in the courtyard supplied by spring water, which will definitely be convenient for fetching water, washing clothes, and cooking in the future. I kicked off the blanket with my foot, rolled over, and since you two have nothing better to do, why not give me a back massage? Unless the melody is dissatisfied, this request does not appear unreasonable, considering it has been neglected in the past. He sat by the bed, gently patting my back with his hand. Yisusu was not shy at all. He climbed onto the bed and sat on my thigh, then started hitting my back with his little fists. If anyone from outside had seen this scene, they would surely be shocked. That's great to hear. Ding Shuwei plus 3,121 Shuwei plus 3,287. Congratulations on the breakthrough in your cultivation. You have now entered the soul sculpting realm. Ding Shuwei has broken through to the soul sculpting realm for the second time. When the sound of the system rang out again, I was enjoying a massage. An invincible warrior cannot do without powerful skills and formidable weapons, these are essential. With this system, the master will have everything they need. Ding believes that the master has activated the free lottery function. From now on, the master can participate in a free lottery once a day, and through this lottery, they can obtain various treasures such as martial arts secrets, weapons, treasures, elixirs, and more. I simply don't want to pay attention to the system's erratic behavior. The host has one chance to enter a lucky draw today. Would the host like to participate? I pretended not to hear the system's words. Susu, please be a little gentler, and you, little mascot, can exert more force. The system has automatically selected a divine weapon for the master. Congratulations, master, you have obtained the divine weapon, the peerless weapon, the Chitian sword. Just then, an old man in a red robe emerged from the auspicious clouds and mist, stepping outside. The old man looked at the organs suspended in the air and couldn't help but exclaim, "Wow!" Suddenly shouted, "Disciple, you sleeping?" This time, in the battle outside the territory, the master obtained a rich harvest and selected 3 of the best sacred artifacts. Do you want to try them out? In this sentence, both Chufei and Isu turned to look outside the door. When they saw the old man, Isu immediately restrained his lively posture and stood up straight. Chufei's expression changed, displaying a look of fear. This was because he had witnessed with his own eyes this individual splitting a quasi-sword in their world in half during a battle. He witnessed this person single-handedly turning a massive city into ruins. He saw firsthand the unparalleled power of this individual, effortlessly defeating powerful warriors among the thousands of soldiers, as if it were child's play. As he recalled those terrifying scenes in his mind, he couldn't help but tightly clench his fists. The visitor was none other than Elder Li, the new head of the Taikai sect, and also a top expert in the Tianqing continent, as well as a powerful master at the peak of his strength. Wu Kaishan walked into the room and was also shocked by the scene inside. Wow! 2 stunning girls were sitting on the bed, with a neatly stacked pile placed at the edge of the bed. A woman was riding on top of him, wearing only a small camisole and a miniskirt. It seems that the time I arrive is not very convenient. He immediately turned around and said, "You go ahead, I'll wait for you to finish your business and then come back, adult." Without hesitation, they left and then turned around to ask, "Master, do you have any energy pills here? How many would you like?" Yisasan blushed and quickly crawled away from me. "Cousin Wu, we don't have any powerful pills." I understand. Without saying a word, I shake my sleeves and walk away. "I know you are not yet 16, so I won't tell your mother." Master, you have arrived. Please do not leave. Come in and have a seat." Wu Kaishan turned around and faced 6X, "It's all done, no wonder there's no need for Da Liwan anymore, ha ha ha. So this master is coming in. Tal, I heard that your test this time is still the same as before, and I am worried that you may feel low emotionally. So I specially picked a few precious treasures for you, hoping to make you happy." "Yes, that's right. You can relax now." Chufei, the old man with a smiling face, looked at him in disbelief. He even thought he had mistaken the person, as this was the same terrifying and ruthless killer who never blinked an eye. "What is there to be unhappy about?" I replied with a faint smile, "Being of common descent, isn't this just a perfectly normal ordinary mortal? 99% of the people in the world are like this." Upon hearing my words, he suddenly burst into laughter. Wu Kaishan squinted his eyes, immediately showing a look of doubt on his face, evidently feeling that something was amiss. This guy must be the son of that smiling tyrant who forces his smile. The young master of this hidden sanctuary compares himself to 99% of ordinary people in the world and humiliates himself. His heart must be so sad. This child was once innocent and honest, but now he is dating girls, 2 at a time. It is clear that he is struggling internally, with no outlet, seeking to numb his pain. After a brief pause, worried that I might feel down, he promptly said, "Disciple, don't dwell on it. Come, first see the valuable gift that master has selected for you." With that sound, a popping noise is heard. 3 powerful sacred weapons appeared in the void, a battle sword, a long spear, and a giant sword, each emanating a strong aura. Chufei, standing calmly on the side, is forcefully maintaining his composure, but deep down, a storm is raging in his heart over these 3 weapons. Because these 3 weapons are the most powerful weapons in the world he lives in, wielded by 3 most skilled experts, they are 3 famous weapons. These 3 individuals were once his most admired masters. And at that moment, their famous weapon unexpectedly became the object used to win my favor. Wow, Susu couldn't hide her jealousy and opened her mouth wide. "Just grab any weapon in your hand, I guarantee you can easily defeat a grandmaster right now." Wu Kaishan walked to the bedside, pushing Chufei away with one hand and pulling a Susu aside with the other. Standing at the head of the bed, he held my hand with both of his hands, speaking with an encouraging tone. Yisusu and Chufei, who were standing on the side, looked at each other speechlessly. Although both of them were exceptionally talented, neither of them had reached the level of grandmaster yet. When the time comes, you casually swing your left hand and right hand, and easily defeat 2 martial arts masters. Not bad. I pretended to be very satisfied. After all, it was the goodwill of my elders. If I acted weak and embarrassed, that wouldn't be right. Wu Kaishan suddenly felt happy, as long as you like it. With another snap of his fingers, he pulled out a storage ring and stuffed it into my hand, containing all 3 sacred weapons inside. The apprentice took the storage ring that I had just received and put it on his finger. The sound of the system starting up was heard. Ding, the system is currently upgrading. This is the 700th upgrade of the system, upgrade successful. When I received a gift, I was speechless, once again crossing the boundaries of the system. The arrogant system started comparing again, this time seemingly a bit irritated. The system's lottery function has been fully upgraded. The free daily lottery for each user has been increased from once a day to 10 times a day. And with the next upgrade, you will have 10 free daily draws. Upon further upgrading, you will receive 100 free daily draws. Upgrade once more to receive 100 free daily draws. Upgrade to unlimited daily draws. Upgrade further to enable automatic draws without the need for the host to decide, with a chance of receiving a critical reward of 10 times, 100 times, or even 1000 times during the draw. The host is currently participating in a lucky draw. Congratulations, host, you have won a 10-fold critical hit reward. The enthusiastic warrior presents you with 100 spears as a 100-fold critical hit reward. Congratulations on your 50-fold critical hit reward. The Holy Land Health Center offers 50 spears. To ensure the host has sufficient storage space for various items in the future, the system warehouse has been expanded to an intermediate level of infinity. My heart is racing, this guy is truly feeling very stimulated, he's almost losing his mind. But soon, when my dad rolls me, my sister rolls me, and my master rolls me, I calm down again. You can roll me as you like, which is good for me without causing any harm, and it won't affect my ability to lie flat and make money. At this moment, Wu Kaishan took out another jade bottle, which I specially crafted for you with care. He is the first alchemist on the Tianqin continent, so naturally he would not only provide weapons. What is this again? I asked, my face full of doubt. Wu Kaishan's face lit up with a brilliant smile. Here is a potent primitive product for sale. Each pill can extend your life by 100 years. Start taking these like you would eat candy, and in a few days, the master will make another bottle for you. Chu Feige and Yi Susu widened their beautiful eyes on the side. In the journey of cultivation, they not only seek strength but also pursue longevity. The Beast Origin pill is a sought-after item for cultivators, yet it is notoriously challenging to refine. In the entire heavenly continent, only a maximum of 3 individuals possess the ability to successfully craft this pill. Over the years, I have been repaired countless times, just to find a fragile original self, no longer opening the door day and night, always valuable, but all of them have been ignored by him. Originally, being 2 meters tall was considered to bring exceptionally good luck, and now there is also a kind of first-hand experience. What does it mean to have good luck? At this moment, I can't help but bitterly smile in my heart at how much his master dotes on him. There must be a reason why he spoils him so much, even without opening the shirt. Here, Wu Kaishan has been practicing a very difficult and challenging solo piece since he was just 4 years old. If he succeeds, he will be able to use this opportunity to advance to a higher position. During the alchemical process, he mobilized all his disciples to guard the furnace. However, due to violating the rules of the universe, he ultimately failed and exploded directly, causing his over 7,000 disciples to instantly turn into ashes. He was left with only Li Zongxin as he lacked the ability to protect the furnace, always standing behind him, one hand pulling his clothes, the other digging his nose and eating it. So from then on, he had only Li Zongxin as his sole disciple. Since then, he has transformed all his guilt into care and love for his disciples, pouring all of it onto the new disciple, Li Xinyi. While Li Qianba's love knows no bounds, Wu Kaishan's indulgence is limitless. Tuzi, no matter what, don't lose heart. Life is a capital, as long as you live long enough, even a dog can become immortal. Do not rush or feel sorrow. Progress slowly, like a turtle. I will keep prolonging your life endlessly. At that moment, he arrogantly raised his beard and said, I don't believe those 16 or 17-year-old kids will be more powerful than you in 100,000 or 80,000 years. Then, he looked disdainfully at Chu Feige and Aizu. The 2 women shrank back in fear. I cleared my throat and reluctantly agreed that my master's words were logical. However, I knew that I couldn't afford to grow slowly like a tortoise at this moment. You have broken through to the 6th level of soul-shaping realm. You see, I have leveled up again. I resonate with what you said. When facing a formidable background, experience and talent may not seem as crucial. By the way, Wu Kaishan successfully guided Lu Huanqi to shoot the arrow towards the target, and he was also willing to step aside from his position. Okay, then I won't disturb the private lives of you young people anymore. I was thinking of spending more time with Li Songshan, but it seems like today is not the right time. My impulsiveness has caused chaos in their little world of three. My disciple, in a few days, I will come to see you again and bid farewell as I wander off freely. Before leaving, he also placed a small black pill in my hand. This is a very powerful pill, do not take multiple pills at once, just one is enough. Then he left, swinging his sleeves. Go and Aizu looked at me with flushed faces and nervous expressions. I don't care about this, let's continue. The two women immediately breathed a sigh of relief when they saw that I didn't care about Dali pill. Soon, a lovely atmosphere filled the room, returning it to its previous state. A cute girl is sitting on my lap, while another elegant girl is giving me a massage by the bed, with the music of Jushan playing in the background. Under the skilled and fierce hands, I felt incredibly relaxed as if my soul had flown away. Soon, I drifted off into a drowsy sleep. My cousin appears to have fallen asleep peacefully. I quietly got up and took the blanket from my body, covering myself with it. Just as the blanket was about to be covered, a dazzling light flashed by, causing the blanket to fly into the air. Aizusu was surprised and took a step back, wondering what is happening. Chufei on the side also had a shocked expression on his face, as if he had just broken through to a new level. I can't believe that even sleeping can confuse two women so much. The house is quiet, and I am peacefully asleep. Aizusu let out a sigh of relief, gently touching her chest. She reassured herself that it must have been just a coincidence. So she covered herself with the bedding again and continued to warm the bed for her older cousin every day. Eventually, after a long time, she also made a breakthrough. It doesn't seem that strange when she thinks about it. With a loud bang, the moment the blanket was about to settle, I abruptly sat up as a brilliant light flashed, causing the blanket to fly off again. Ms. Liang is completely confused. How is this possible? He clearly hasn't done anything now, he's just peacefully sleeping. How did this happen? Am I experiencing an illusion, or is this real? Aizusu reached out and pinched Chufei Ji's cheek. Does it hurt? Later, Chufei responded quietly. Isn't it an illusion? Susu looked confused, but still habitually tucked the blanket in. With a loud bang, the newly made bedsheet flew out again. The two women stood there, their faces frozen in expressions of astonishment that words could not adequately describe. Well, breaking through while sleeping, that's quite something. Chufei's gaze towards me suddenly shifted, displaying a newfound sense of admiration and respect. When they first met, they found her reclining lazily on a bamboo chair and assumed she was just a regular person, someone to serve an ordinary individual. He felt deeply hurt in his heart. However, now he was convinced that he had truly encountered a genius, a super genius, unlike anyone he had ever seen in his life before. Serving such a person was not too much of a challenge for him. Yisusu's little face also showed a look of admiration and pride. Who said his cousin was a waste? Today, he awakened to the fact that his cousin is truly talented and unbeatable. Please cover my cousin with a blanket no matter what. With a loud bang, it took off as soon as it was constructed. It appears that I won't be able to assist her in building it correctly in this lifetime. Ding has initiated the automatic lucky draw. Congratulations on winning 10 Beast Essence Pills with a 10-fold critical hit bonus, and congratulations on winning 100 Life Essence Pills with a 100-fold critical hit bonus. Congratulations on winning a 1000x critical hit reward. While I was deep asleep, the system silently switched to silent mode and conducted a wild lottery at a speed exceeding 10 times per second. Sell the original single item at a price of 1,000 pieces. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The sound of a rooster crowing in the morning woke me up. But I still lay motionless on the huge bed, comfortably squinting my eyes as I traveled back in time. For the first time, without the burden of working 5 jobs to support my family, I slept without pressure and woke up naturally. This feeling is truly wonderful. The system's voice suddenly rang out again, startling me. The system, behaving like a sulking young wife, suddenly presented the character data panel to me. The host, now 17 years old, is a martial arts master who graciously accepts an item for sale at the original price of 170 million. I couldn't help but be amazed. I woke up to find that suddenly there was an extra 170 million years of lifespan pill, which can increase my lifespan by 100 years. This means I now have an additional 17 billion years of life expectancy. I received a bottle of Shuyuandan from my master, and the system mistakenly credited me with numerous Shuyuandan activities for a long time without my knowledge. What are they trying to achieve? Boil all the turtles in the world? I frowned when I saw my blanket on the floor. These two girls really don't know how to take care of people, do they? They must have taken advantage of me while I was asleep and lazily ran away. Young master, you have woken up. Miss Susu has gone to report to the Holy Land and will be back in the afternoon to prepare a bath and warm bed for you. At this moment, Brother Chufei enters the room holding a bowl. He remembered his current identity and Li Qianda's instructions to take good care of Li Zongxin. Therefore, he always felt that he should do something. So, early in the morning, he cooked a bowl of porridge for Li Zongxin. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad to hear that you are feeling more satisfied now. Hey, feed me. I'm lying in bed with my mouth wide open like a hungry baby bird. Are you not planning to get up? Why is Brother Chufei so bold to get up? The beauties are happy to serve dishes, open their mouths and enjoy life. Isn't this the way it should be? As long as you don't treat me as a patient to take care of, I don't mind. Okay, Chufei could only walk to the edge of the bed helplessly and start feeding me with a spoon. The porridge was cooked too long and tastes a bit strange. It is clear that Brother Chufei is cooking for a man for the first time. However, the rich flavor of Lin Kai Lin's forestry master's spiritual box covers up all the shortcomings. The new system is currently being upgraded, and after 666 failed attempts, the system upgrade finally succeeded. I was just momentarily surprised. I'm just lying down drinking soup. Where did I provoke you again? The system deployment function has been activated. Moving forward, the user only needs to rise from bed, and with each step they take, they will receive a divine opportunity. The total number of steps taken each day can be exchanged for a grand prize. Additionally, you can continuously accumulate steps to earn even greater rewards. In essence, the more steps you gather, the better the quality of rewards you can redeem. I found it slightly amusing, which is quite interesting, but I wasn't very surprised. I'm not going to fall for your attempt to make me get up and move around. It's much more comfortable staying in bed, and I won't get up unless I want to. The host can enjoy life without necessarily taking the hard way. As long as one does not strive, does not work hard, and does not take action, that is just lying flat and being lazy. Therefore, the master can still take a walk after tea and meals every day, and the system continues to remind in a subtle and well-intentioned manner. That is not life, that is ***. In order to make me stronger, you are resorting to all necessary means. Damn, my heart is filled with resentment. Then he let out a long burp and suggested going for a walk to exercise, otherwise the smell of the food would linger. As soon as I stepped forward with my left foot, you received a high-quality spirit stone. The right foot has just begun to heal for 6 days. Are you in such a hurry, not a system? Isn't it considered one step only when both feet have moved? You are counting every lift of the foot as a step. I am speechless for a moment. Chufei Ji had the appearance of a world dominator's son preparing for morning exercise, or perhaps he was on his way to a sacred place for cultivation. As a grower, how could he possibly have time to go for a walk? He was just using it as an excuse before I left the house, so I quickly caught up with him. As a result, it turned out I was just going for a walk. While walking, I arrived at a fenced grassy area, where I spotted a flock of fluffy white chickens roaming around on the misty lawn. It was these chickens crowing this morning that woke me up. These kittens have grown up and are ready to be fed to help Li recover. That girl forgot to feed the chickens this morning, didn't she? I muttered to myself. Then I waved my hand and scattered a bunch of lindan into the bushes. Immediately, a group of agile and eager spirits rushed over to peck at the dainty and charming spirits, happily starting a game of basketball. In this scene, Chufei widened his eyes in surprise and exclaimed loudly, "Who am I? Where am I?" He even took out the original unit machine. I don't really care about this. A lean chicken must be delicious. Later, he scattered a few pieces, candidly admitting that this task was quite exhausting for him. So, he directly took out a basin of beast elemental pills from his sleeve. Take the basin to Chu Fei and place it in the arms of the brother. Sure, I can help you trim the plants and feed the pets later. Chu Fei stood there, holding a basin full of elixirs, completely stunned, his entire worldview collapsing. Afterwards, I smiled slightly and, of course, you can eat with the chickens. I don't mind if you sneak some chicken feed. Chu Fei felt a little embarrassed, he didn't think I was insulting him. Instead, he quickly said, "Young master, I will definitely take good care of these chickens." Upon arriving on the vast continent of Tianqing, he, who had never been reckless before, now pondered, had he entered a higher realm than the previous dynasty or the realm of immortals? Even if it was the realm of immortals, they would not be lavish enough to use 0 units of ***. Anyway, brother Chu Fei is now sure that he will not lose his destiny again. A person who has experienced the cruelty of fate will not care about his insignificant destiny and luck, right? Becoming the mascot of Li Tongxin may bring a lifetime of blessings and good luck. I glanced at the system and it showed that the current step count is 498. I didn't realize I had taken so many steps. No, this continuous exchange has almost reached 1,000, I can't continue anymore, it will surpass the realm of reason. There is a slight hint of effort being made in secret. So I turned around in place and leisurely walked back. Chu Fei's voice calling out to change the machine came from behind. "Brother, brother." He happily called out while throwing a few spirit pills. Then he picked up another grain from the bowl and put it into his mouth. After a gentle stir, wow, a hint of happiness spread across his face. Shortly after, I found myself lying on the bed listlessly again. Today's step count has reached 996 steps. The owner can redeem the daily total step count prize at any time. When the number of steps reaches 1,000, the reward level will increase. Take 2 more steps when you have time. Do you want to make it to an even number? Take 2 steps when you have time. Do you want to trick me into walking slowly? I don't want to walk anymore. Yes, you need to exchange the total number of steps for a grand prize. I shook my head, there was no need to let him accumulate, and at that moment, I saw Xiao Shan returning safely from the Mutai Holy Land in the Fallen Dragon Holy Land. Xiao Wu was extremely excited that Guo had returned safely. Father was in grave danger. Xiao Shan was terrified, like a survivor of a disaster. I thought it was all over this time as well. Surprisingly, Li Tsong's mental state was filled with fear of bone-changing pain, but the child was fortunately able to retain the upper hand. Ha ha, it's late again. May God bless me. Xiao Wu knelt on the ground, tears flowing like a spring. The majestic and noble lord of the sacred land and the almost equally noble lord could not help but feel aggrieved as they embraced each other and cried bitterly. It is evident how miserable and oppressed they felt living under the suppression of the sacred land and the bullying of the powerful. Ha ha, guarding the supreme bone means guarding my future falling into the dragon's sacred ground. Xiao Wu seems to see a glimmer of hope. Although the earth may be unconquerable and the sacred ground before the tower may be powerful, Li Tongxin is a waste, they have no future. It is not the strength of different descendants that determines the future's strength, but the relentless effort you invest. Over time, even the mightiest will diminish, but with the supreme drum in your possession, all you need to do is persist. Years from now, when Li Qianba falters, it will be my turn to rise and pursue the dragon. Xiao Shan appeared surprised. The cake made by his father resembled a giant emperor who, if not accidentally collapsing, could rule the world for millions of years. In a million years, it is uncertain if Li Qianba will still exist, but most likely even his bones will have turned to dust. Even if he chooses Sichuan, his descendants will have turned to dust. Father, I will go back to the house and lie down for a while. Xiao Wu took her hand and 3 days later, the once-in-a-millennium deep-sea secret realm is set to open. This realm harbors numerous celestial materials and earthly treasures that can aid individuals in defying the heavens in combat, and it is an opportunity you must not overlook. After a pause, he spoke again, saying that there is no one in this world who can become stronger by lying down. Invincibility is achieved through hard work, not by fantasy or idleness. The child obediently followed his father's teachings. Xiao Shan's expression changed for a moment, and I am now preparing for the sacred moment of the Luofeng sanctuary. The night breeze that watched over the peaceful return was as gentle as the weeds, and the night sky also breathed a sigh of relief as the whole person slumped into the chair. Son, while Li Tianba may be unrivaled and powerful, Li Zongxin is a waste, and they have no future. Only by being different and stronger than your predecessors can you truly become invincible in the future. Although you faced great difficulties today, you will surely soar to new heights in the days to come. A peaceful Sunday sanctuary lies on the other side. Since Ren Li's Huang and Li Zongxin got engaged, we no longer have to worry about Xingdi's safety. Ren Li's Huang has retired from his position and will no longer leave his seclusion. Fox Chong was furious when he found out that his sister had changed her name to Li Shuang upon her return. Mock me, insult me, bully me, I can endure all of that. But when he slammed a heavy punch onto a pillar, causing it to collapse to the ground, no one is allowed to bully us. With that, he angrily stormed out of the hall. Brother, what are you going to do? Ren Li Shuang hurriedly caught up and held him back. Ren Huchong angrily declared, I will go and kill Li Zongxin. Li Shuang was shocked and turned pale. The formidable warriors of the past are as numerous as clouds. If you continue on this path, you will only be wasting your life in vain. Ren held Li Shuang's face in his hands, his heart twisting with pain. Sister, for you, I am willing to fight anyone, even the formidable Li Zongxin, the young master that no one in this world dares to provoke. Ren Li was deeply moved and said softly, actually, I am a volunteer. With a blush on her face, she felt that his status and position were worthy of any woman in the vast continent to change for him. Stop talking, please. The more you do this, sister, the more I feel like my heart is being torn apart. I know you are doing this to protect me from impulsive actions on Sunday, so you are enduring to say these words. Ren Li Shuang is extremely honest, everything I say is true. All right, no more pretending. As Hua Chong raised his sleeve, I had had enough. Even if this means death, even if it means sacrificing the entire Sun-Moon sacred land, I will use my life to start anew for him. With that, he waved his sleeve and unleashed a common flying technique he had seen before, swiftly charging towards the sacred ground of New Tai. Brother, don't be impulsive. As you watch your brother disappear into the sky, Li Shuang is anxiously stomping his feet, everything he said is true. But you just don't believe him. However, your brother's level of mastery exceeds his capabilities. At this moment, I, a still fashionable person, am lying in bed. My cultivation has advanced by 3 small realms again. I can't help it, I just can't help it. Just then, a voice came from outside, saying, Cousin, I'm here to see you. A moment later, a muscular young man with his bare upper body full of tendons arrived at the scene. Worried sister, oh, you are truly amazing, breathtakingly beautiful. My brother is also at a loss. Chu Fage, who was picking herbs on the barren hill, blushed at the mention and shyly whispered, No, I'm just the young master's mascot. He knew that the newcomer was from the city and a relative, so he did not dare to obstruct. He is also easily addicted to playing the I Ching like this, ha ha ha. He laughs out loud and then starts shouting loudly again. Cousin, hey, cousin. He called out as he walked towards my room. Upon entering the room, I noticed myself lying lazily on the bed and exclaimed, Hey, what's wrong? My brother is so upset that he's fallen ill. Thank you for your concern, Tang. I'm fine, just feeling a bit restless. I just want to lie down quietly, but there are always people coming and going. It's like being ignored when poor in the deep mountains and noticed when wealthy. I do not believe it at all. Do you still want to deceive me with such a worried and frowning face? Then you just let me lie down for a while. Faced with this straightforward and frank cousin, I couldn't be bothered to explain to him, and directly issued the order to leave. Hey, I know this test might be confusing for you, but it doesn't matter to me at all. It's just about returning talents and stock gods to a higher level, right? Just like you. Look at me now, I'm still famous in every direction. Can you be like me? I feel like laughing a little, with an unbeatable system in my heart that can make me stronger even while lying down. He seemed to not understand the meaning of the sentence, then he suddenly showed a bright smile and said, Brother, don't lose heart, really, don't lose heart. The Li family as a whole, including Li Yi, are all exceptional geniuses, and Li Yi is no different. His talent and ancient divine power are truly remarkable, but he possesses the heaven-dominating body, a rare and unparalleled constitution on the sky-soaring continent. This is why he is hailed as the first martial king of the sky-soaring continent. He knows this better than anyone else. You see, bro is here to help you, right? As he continued speaking, he suddenly pulled out a sharp dagger, grinned maliciously, and waved the knife at me. I thought he was going to come to relieve himself. Indeed, living as a waste is a waste of resources. What do you want to do? A sweet call from outside and a beautiful figure swiftly appeared at the foot of my bed. Unless Gomei holds the sword with sand in his eyes, he knows he absolutely cannot stop the person in front of him, but at the critical moment he still does not hesitate. Newcomer, please don't misunderstand. With a hint of smile, I took out a book of cultivation method. This is my daily practice method, the great primordial elemental body technique. Then he placed the blade of the knife on his wrist artery. Lacking natural talent and ancient divine power, he decided to follow my path and train tirelessly. I will begin bleeding for you every day starting today, with my invincible body and powerful blood. After just 1 year of this, day and night, I assure you that your physical strength will exceed even that of the wildest buffalo in the African savannah. If you work hard to practice the techniques of the Big Eyes bodybuilding art, you will definitely be able to embark on the path of the strongest and most powerful training. Chu Fage tightened his grip on his sword and widened his beautiful eyes, realizing that he had misunderstood. It's not necessary, it's not necessary. I am also quite surprised to hear this, cousin. There is really no need for you to worry about me. You seem very relaxed and carefree. I am physically very strong, and with my strong recovery ability, I can handle a bowl of blood a day. Having said that, I picked up the knife and prepared to examine myself. Don't. I urgently shouted, don't look for yourself first. He knows he is good in his team, but it's not necessary to cut his wrist and bleed in return. Li also does not cultivate spiritual power to balance refining the physical body. To achieve strength, one actually needs more high-level resources to temper the body. Li Zijing is often seen as a prodigal because he has received numerous treasures from his father, master, and older sisters over the years, most of which he has passed on to Li Yi. This is why he was able to grow rapidly here and eventually become a legendary king in the entertainment industry. Therefore, he also wholeheartedly supports Li Zongxin and empathizes with him. I cannot help but sigh, cousin, you are too kind to me. Ding. The system notification sound is heard. All right, that was my mistake, I shouldn't have praised others. The system is currently undergoing an upgrade. The upgrade has failed 520 times. Despite being in a severely damaged state, the system is still functioning normally. The host has acquired the unbreakable body of the mighty Vajra Thunderbolt flesh in the Buddhist realm. This body is unique, part of the Holy G system, while the Vajra Thunderbolt possesses an unbreakable body that is part of the divine level system. Congratulations, Master! You have won a special bonus, Devil Muscle Slice, in the lateral training skill draw. Perfect Body Spell is just a celestial level skill, while Devil Muscle Slice belongs to the divine level skills. The text you provided appears to be somewhat arrogant, inquiring if the host wishes to cultivate the God Demon Butcher system, which is 2 levels higher. I rejected it without giving it much thought. Just by hearing the name, God Demon Sliced Meat, the initial impression it gives is that a man would lean towards a refreshing and elegant style, rather than having a body full of muscles like a bullfrog. In addition, physical training is one of the most challenging and physically demanding practices on the path of cultivation. I am just a lazy person, lounging on the couch all day, wanting to enjoy life. How could I possibly engage in such a thing? The system is sensing my thoughts and is currently upgrading. The system has successfully upgraded 463 times, and you have activated the highest level instant functionality. The host can instantly comprehend any cultivation techniques, divine powers, and their corresponding methods once observed, and reach the highest level in an instant. I understand, I responded apathetically that I couldn't be bothered to look. The system has been upgraded once again, now everything is managed by the system and the host no longer needs to do anything on their own. Simply confirming and verifying will instantly reach the maximum level. With the elimination of the cultivation process, the host's illness will not transform into a demon, and the muscular man will continue to stay as handsome and elegant as he is at present. Of course. With a body impervious to knives and spears, there's no need to worry about bumping into things. Accidentally hitting a sharp corner of a table can be excruciatingly painful, after all. Ding Shun's muscle slices have already reached the 10th level of training. I have already relaxed and used a short blade to slash my wrist in a bold and carefree manner. You go get a fresh bowl for the continuation. I will serve my younger brother a hot bowl first. Unless my brother asks, don't look at me. I quickly said, it's really not necessary, but he insisted on performing the ritual of bloodletting. I couldn't just stand by and watch him harm himself. So, I have to be honest with my younger cousin, I can't pretend anymore. What are you trying to express? I looked helpless and said, actually, I have already started training my body, I practice every day and have made some progress. Inside also shouted loudly, really? Chu Fage blurted out, no way, you're practicing every day. All I see is you either sleeping or lying down all day, unwilling to even take a walk. You rarely move more than 5 steps. When have I ever seen you do any strenuous bone-strengthening work? Why don't you believe me? I lazily raised my hand and threw it towards the wall beside the bed, accompanied by a loud bang. A deep hole appeared on the wall. I was really surprised to see you making progress, and then I burst into laughter. Ha ha, everyone thought my brother had no ambition, but it turns out you fooled them all. I have been quietly working hard all along, and I didn't expect that my younger cousin had long been interested in the same things as me. Let's go outside and practice together. Let's see what level of martial arts skills you have reached, cousin. He patted his chest and said, if you have any shortcomings, I can also give you some advice while singing. I have refusal written all over my face. I can't be bothered to get out of bed. No es necesario levantarse, solo tirame al suelo y levain como una princesa, jajaja. Dio grandes zancadas y se dirigió hacia afuera de la casa. Chu Fage stood still, looking somewhat absent-minded. In his world, not to mention fellow disciples, even clan brothers and blood relatives would resort to all kinds of means and schemes to harm each other for their own interests. He has seen too many such situations, even being betrayed by his own family. But despite this, he still maintains resilience. In the team of Li Qianba and Wu Kaishan, he sees a renewed spirit of selflessness, while in the team of Su Su and Li Yi, he sees a renewed sense of purity. He couldn't help but start to doubt if such selfless and pure emotions truly exist in this world. Faced with such familial love, even someone who was once admired by many couldn't help but feel jealous. He cleared his mind and then acted swiftly. Just at this moment, an angry voice came, demanding that my sister be renamed as, literally meaning, do as you please. Such insult is intolerable. You may have a powerful background, but I, Hu Chong, will not back down. Even if I have to fight against you, it's worth it. With a fierce expression, the visionary protagonist, Fox Hu, emerged outside the underground sanctuary. Once he touched down on the ground, he took a few deep breaths, calmed his emotions, forcefully pushed down the anger in his heart, and wore a very natural smile on his face. He came to seek revenge for his sister, but even if he desired to destroy everything, the condition is that he must be able to confront reason once more and have the chance to fight. Therefore, he must first control his emotions. He is well aware of the powerful forces within the forbidden area. With his cultivation at the level of a grandmaster, if he were to forcefully enter, at most he would only be able to break through the entrance, and then have nowhere to bury himself. Standing in front of a tall and majestic mountain gate, I watched as 2 grandmasters sat cross-legged on the steps guarding the entrance. Tiger Bug was stunned, realizing he had just overthought things and might not even be able to enter the door. In this secluded location, the gatekeepers are all grandmasters, making it incomparable to other revered sites. He remained calm when Sun Huichan from the Sunday Sanctuary visited and requested too little money. 2 masters sat in front of the mountain gate, pulling their eyelids and ignoring each other. Ren Huchong's face displayed a trace of embarrassment. Senior, I am the younger sister of the future wife of the young master, here at my younger sister's behest. Ahem, as the elder brother-in-law, I have come to pay a visit to the young master. The 2 masters finally opened their eyelids and said, please come in. Thank you, Firefly's great joy, Anu. As long as he can enter the entrance to this hidden sanctuary, Charlie will have a chance to start anew. Ren Wuxing stood in awe on the grand and magnificent square, gazing at the towering immortal mountains that stretched into the clouds, feeling completely bewildered by the divine scenery. He is so careless that he doesn't even know where to stay. A disciple hurriedly approached. I am Fox Cole, the son of the sun in the Sunday Holy Land. I heard that your performance in this test was not ideal, noble young master. Upon hearing the words, the disciple quickly strode over, looking up with his nose and bumping directly into his eyes. He shouted loudly, "Why do you want to make fun of our young master?" Ren Huchong couldn't help but take a step back, feeling a cold sweat running down his back. How arrogant can he be? Even an ordinary disciple of the sunken Holy Land couldn't defeat him. He doesn't even put the son of the sunken Holy Land in his eyes. Absolutely not. Ren Hua suddenly revealed another identity. I am actually here as the elder uncle to visit the young master. Later, Kui took out a medium-grade spirit stone from the storage bag and handed it to the junior brother, smiling softly. Please accept this, brother, as a token of my gratitude. A nearby Mu Tai disciple is counting storage rings with his fingers, shaking his head. The rewards for this month have been distributed, so hurry up and claim yours. It has increased slightly compared to last month, with each person receiving 200 pieces of high-grade spirit stones. Anyway, since I can't fly, I can only go there again when I have time, Wang replied with a sigh. Fox Chan didn't look at the object in his hand. He tilted his head and said, let's go. Ren Huchong held the middle-grade spiritual stone in embarrassment on his face, never expecting that an ordinary disciple of the hidden sect would be so extravagant. He didn't even have a storage ring, he could only think of a mere $150. Intermediate-grade spirit stones are truly the master of the world, still carrying out major plunder activities globally. The victory they achieve by surviving in such difficult circumstances can only be described as a compromise. If it weren't for seeking revenge for his sister, he would have immediately changed his stance and joined the Mu Tai sanctuary. After a while, I started to feel my footsteps becoming heavy, a sense of oppression in my heart, and difficulty breathing. I even began to feel a stabbing pain in my back. As he turned around to look back, he almost stumbled and took a deep breath. He was surprised to find that behind him, there was already a large group of people walking slowly in the void, some even flying directly on their swords. There were even some transformed into 100-meter giants glaring at him under the backdrop of their aura. A large group of people, silent and motionless, deadlocked like a silent thief, guarding against him tightly. No wonder it feels so oppressive. At a glance, among those people at noon, there were numerous grandmasters and great grandmasters, including many powerful martial emperors, and even a few martial saints. No, there is also a Zhenti pressing down on Ren Wanyi's feet, causing Hua Chong to almost urinate on the spot. It's just that he has just reached the level of a grandmaster. How can this be possible? Big brother, let's go. Weren't you supposed to meet our young master? Huang, don't worry, these are all the young master's protectors. Guo Jing reluctantly agreed, but his legs were already starting to disobey him. He was really being reckless. Under the watchful eyes of so many strong opponents, how could he possibly survive this ordeal? In the face of such a lineup, not to mention a Sunday Sanctuary Madonna, even if the entire Sunday Sanctuary population were to show up, they wouldn't be able to make much of a splash. He couldn't help but feel a wave of despair in his heart. In other words, the entire Sunday Sanctuary was no match for the new private bodyguard inside. Wang Xiong was long accustomed to such scenes, they were just minor incidents. The seniors responsible for protecting our young master work in shifts around the clock. This is just 1/3 of it. Feeling the heat, he almost knelt down on the ground, overwhelmed by an unparalleled sense of despair. All he wants now is to go home.